Well, I want to finish this, and all I'm going to say is because it's cutting off on me, is I'm allergic to chemicals, and I have an immune disorder. If I'm around toxic fumes in close quarters, like if I'm force-fed them, and I want to put the emphasis on deliberate force-fed chemicals where I live, I either have to get really, really sick, and after a while it can destroy your organs, every organ in your body. It can affect lungs, kidneys, liver, you name it. And what really got me was yesterday something happened. The room filled full of fumes again. I got real sick, and the odd thing was, not long later, I thought how ironic. On CNN, I think, came on the news about the family in the U.S., listen to this, Virgin Islands. There's a point to this, my saying U.S. Virgin Islands, because what's happened to me is a part of the takedown of the British being taken down. And no, that the Virgin Islands should be not American, but British. But anyway, the point I wanted to make was this family had gone there in a villa, and the downstairs had been evidently Terminex had come in and used odorless insecticide. And the father, I believe, I haven't heard today an update, but he's in a coma and could have brain damage. And the two sons may, I believe, have been affected by it. And the wife was released, the last I'd heard. But this is all, and the environmental agencies looking into it and all this. I've gone to everybody, the media who knows about my kidnapping, who knows all of this. Send them pictures, everything. Call them and beg them. In fact, I called Channel 7 when this happened. And you say the police can't arrest you when they have no reason? Yeah, they could. They would have escorted me off the property. Okay, so I've said that. And boy, this is a total lie. What I've offered here was to buy non-toxic cleaning and let them use it or let me use it. And you should see what really happened here. You wouldn't believe it if I put it up here, unless you see the pictures of what they did to me there. And this is where they moved me in, and I was told when they were going to move me into the studio that it was being, the carpet was being cleaned before I moved in. The woman had been there a couple of years. Well, here she says that I wouldn't let them clean it, the carpet. Well, it was supposed to already been cleaned. And let me say this real quick. I wore socks, and my bottom of my socks while I was in there was clean as a whistle. So that was a lie. But until they all lied, and they all joined a conspiracy and assault on me to commit. Well, I would die, and the damage has been done. Here's another one. This is Gene West, and these people want you dead if you get an attorney and start putting it up. I moved in there for a lady, and I don't mean anything. I'm going to put her up here. I don't want to hurt her. This is a man who gave me, he's with law enforcement, this video. And again, I have to apologize and hope by putting their name up I'm not hurting them. Okay, but Miss Barton was not my friend. Let me say this. She took me over here, and I thought she found it in the paper. And she approached me. I didn't know her, and she was going to get me in here. We went in. I paid him a month's rent, and the deposit was $425, and I guess a month's rent was $575. And he owns a lot of places. Gene West does in Benton. It's like Roanoke and Salem. It's all part of the same area, Roanoke County. Okay, I paid it. The minute I go in, the air conditioning is working and everything, and she's talking to Mr. West, and I realize they're friends. And she said when he left, and I paid him for a month, and that she's going to help me, at least take me up to buy groceries to get me a few things. And when we got back, she was the one that noticed it. This is in what, I'm afraid I'll take up too much time on this, but this is in, okay, what, August? Yeah, 3rd. She says, well, your air conditioning's out. Need I go further? Because then later at Joseph's Dream in Bedford, the air conditioning went out not 5 minutes after I got in a brand new apartment. Then you tried to tell it, and these people are involved in some of them. This was in Bedford was a HUD. So he's got a whole bunch of these, and he either does what they tell him to do, and if I tell this, then look what it's going to do. If it's told, and people have to listen to it. Right now, I just have social media. But anyway, it wasn't just the air conditioning out; it was the fumes and the crap that went on there that was killing me. So I had to leave after the month. He kept my deposit. You don't see any of that. So here is Ron Sizer. He lived in Trouttville. He had a beautiful home out there, huge, and had like a little cottage out back of it, a magnolia tree. And I thought, oh God, please let this one be okay. Paid the deposit, moved in, supposed to be unfurnished. And I can't tell all this, so I'm just going to say this. I even got a eviction notice, and there were 2 or 3 cop cars out back, so why would I not think it? It wasn't for non-payment of rent. He just did it. And I can't go in and tell you everything that happened there. I wish I could. But anyway, when I left, it was supposed to be unfurnished. Well, here's what happened. Unfurnished heck, and then he wrote a letter I don't have with me right at the moment, but I put it up, where I owe him close to $900 for nothing but lies. In his closet, he had old linens, old vacuum cleaners and stuff in there. Downstairs in the basement, he had machinery, old machinery that I don't know what you did with it. And he had an old sofa that he brought upstairs to me. I couldn't take it back downstairs. It was molded and mildewed. And I could go on because this was really a bad situation here. From November when it's so cold until he gave me this eviction notice. I paid my rent. It was a total lie, but he got away with it. And just before I left, though, I was so sick there again. I saw that there was a ladder that you pull a string, and you could go up into the attic up there. I walked up the stairs, and I saw that his mother, they told me, had died, and they had stored all her stuff up there, and everything up there was mold and mildew. So everything he said was a lie, but he got away with it. Now, this would go on a credit report or any of it. So I guess that was all I was going to put. I could put Rich Phil, which I've said. They've all gotten in on it. Rich Phil, Ms. Williams, this was prearranged, too, let me tell you. I went in there, and I've always said this. I've told the truth about any of it. My God, you can't make it as bad as it was, what they've done to me. Now I can't get anything. Richfield is a beautiful place. It really was, and I was so glad to get there. Well, I went in. They never intended for me to stay. They used the chemicals, and it was so pretty. And this is my experience with them. Everybody is not me. It's because of who I am, the information I have, and it's really awful. And this is a lie. The only reason she gave down here was I abandoned property and left the unit in need of cleaning. Well, she doesn't tell what really happened at all. That's a lie. But again, if her name is, I'm going to go ahead and put it because she's a liar, is Allison Sanford. Well, it was Williams, I thought. But this is maybe there's another Allison. But anyway, it's a total lie. So that's what I'm putting up here, and you don't hear any of it. You would think I was this sleazy bag lady when I'm the total opposite. It is so sick what they have done to me, and I'm sitting here wondering because I've been threatened if I put any more up on here, and I put this up. I put documents more than this up in the beginning, which is going on 2 years, and I'm going to leave it at that. I got up about affordable and what anybody can know what's going on. And